Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, September 8th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Google's August 2023 core update is done, finished last night. Google announced that they released a Google language matching system update 2 weeks ago. They just announced it this morning, a couple hours ago. Google's Search Console had a canonical bug for many, many months. Google Ads has new AI disclosures and so much more SEO, PPC, and other UI change news. So definitely stay tuned, a lot to discuss. I'd like to thank our sponsor, of course, Rank Ranger. Rank Ranger is the all-in-one SEO, professional SEO platform. Rank Ranger is a comprehensive SEO platform that allows you to grow your business with data and analytics. It offers valuable insights through advanced rank tracking, including above-the-fold tracking, organic share of voice reporting, actionable SERP features, data, and SERP analysis tools. Definitely want to check them out because they're great at tracking these Google updates, and we just had a couple Google updates, the language system and the August core update, so definitely check them out. They do an amazing job at helping you stay on top of your rankings and volatility. First up, I wanted to just quickly say that I did posted the Google Webmaster report for September 2023. Basically, I look back at the whole month of Google and I summarize what happened over the past month. So if you went on vacation even for a couple days and you think you may have missed something, it's a great place to catch up on the more important things around Google SEO and search stuff. So definitely take a look at that. I posted it earlier this week on, I think, Tuesday. So the Google August 2023 broad core update is now finished rolling out. It finished rolling out last night at 4:03, at least when they updated the status, p.m. Eastern time. So late, towards the later afternoon yesterday, Eastern time. And it took about 16 plus days to actually fully roll out. It started on August 22nd. We didn't see actual volatility until August 25th. So it took a few days for the volatility to start. Then we saw volatility on the 25th, and then a little bit getting more on the 30th, 31st, and the 1st. And then we saw the final wave of volatility, I believe, starting just the past 3 days or so, more so in the past 2 days. And even this morning, people are reporting that they saw volatility yesterday. So we're definitely seeing a lot of things happen there. I have a whole huge post on this with all the rank tracking and so forth. So here's a screenshot of those and what they're showing as of this morning. So you can see the past couple weeks past few weeks to see what has happened. This was the second Google core update of this year. We had one back in March, and now this is the August one, so hopefully we'll have another couple. Hope all of you did well with this update, and you only saw positive changes, because the positive changes could be anywhere from like 20 to 80% or more of visibility changes. You could actually have the reverse and have negative visibility as well if you did not do what Google wanted you to do. Also, Google announced just this morning, just like an hour or two ago, that they updated their search language matching system over the past 2 weeks. It was fully rolled out 2 weeks ago, and Google said on their blog post, where they actually describe how Google handles multilingual searches, they actually have in the bottom or one little paragraph or a couple lines saying, these should make better results. These should better match results to the language someone searches in, while still allowing for the flexibility of multilingual searches need to access results in multiple languages. I don't know if you remember, in January I reported about a Google preferred language issue, specifically with Catalan and other languages, where Google was misunderstanding what people were searching for in their language and showing some different languages. Google's been working on fixing that for a while. Google seems to have released a big update 2 weeks ago relating to that in all languages, not just Catalan, but other languages as well, and so forth. Danny Sullivan posted on X a little bit more detail, saying these updates are not specific to a particular language or region, but instead they will help anyone searching in multiple languages all around the world. So thanks to all of us who gave examples in different languages to test and improve with, including Catalan speakers and other people on the internet. He also said, again, this helps it helps for all languages all around the world, not just for that one language. Google made a big update about 2 weeks ago to their, what they call, language matching systems. Google fixed a Google Search Console canonical issue reporting bug. Well, they said they did it. This was going on for a couple months, actually, since I think June or July, maybe even longer. The first to notify me of this was Raphael Martin, who did a really good blog post describing all the issues and so forth. But basically, Google was reporting the wrong canonical URL for a specific URL. This seemed to be affecting more so on the e-commerce site, seemed to be more for international sites, but I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. It's very detailed, and Google would not even post an update in the data anomalies section for Google Search Console reporting that if anything has been fixed. Google's John Mueller said, and let me quote, "I think there were some weird things for a small number of sites around canonicalization, but not enough to merit making a post. It sounds like things are settling down now." Again, Google did not document this, but Raphael and Sean Anderson did a really good job documenting. They keep on documenting the repercussions of this, so definitely stay tuned. But there seemed to be a big Google Search Console canonical URL reporting bug that actually affected a small number of sites according to Google, but it affected a lot of other sites. That affected these sites very significantly, these small number of sites. Again, most people didn't pick up on this, but it seemed to be a small number of sites that were greatly affected by this canonical bug. Google said you should self-assess your content to decide if you should remove unhelpful content or not. Somebody asked, how do we figure out if we should remove content or not? And Danny Sullivan, Search Liaison, said, you should basically self-assess it yourself. He said, and let me quote, "People should self-assess their content to understand if they believe it will be helpful to visitors. Keep content on pages or entire pages or whatever they believe is helpful. Get rid of things that aren't if they're looking critically at them as a visitor." Again, yippee date you, but really great advice. Do what you want with that. I'm sure everybody self-assesses their content anyway. Google said content quality is not just about typos, it's about the overall quality itself. John Mueller was asked about typos, and he said it's not typos. You can have typos. It's not going to go ahead and hurt your website overall. People make typos, but obviously you don't want to have crazy amount of typos or grammar issues because people aren't going to like reading that content. It's all about the overall quality of the website. John Mueller also said that scrolljacking does not have a direct ranking influence for Google search, meaning if Google detects that you're doing scrolljacking, it's not going to go ahead and penalize or send you a manual action or downgrade your rankings. Google said, but it said he may have cause rendering issues with your website, which may have other issues in terms of Google search. If Google can't properly render your page, then it can't understand your web page and it might have other issues. Again, that depends on how you're serving the scrolljacking to Googlebot, but keep that in mind. Something you probably don't want to do. Google site names, as of yesterday, now works in all languages. Google released an update or announcement yesterday basically saying site names work in all languages. This finished rolling out, I think yesterday, and it took about a couple weeks to roll out fully. Google said today we're happy to announce that site names are available in all languages where Google search is available, both on desktop and mobile. Just a heads up, site names released on October 2023. They released it then to mobile, to desktop. They first released the mobile, then they released the desktop in March 2023. And in May 2023, they started to support subdomains in there. And in July, they pushed a bigger update, which we reported about, to more accurately show site names, which people still have issues with. But now this update says it works now in all languages, not just when initially launched for English, French, Japanese, and German. Now it works in all languages across the board. Google Search Console, according to Gary, uses Bloom filters for faster and more efficient reporting. Bloom filters is basically some type of heuristic, space-efficient probabilistic data structure conceived by Burton Howard Bloom in 1970 that is used to test whether an element is a member of a set. And that basically lets them more efficiently go ahead and filter results. Somebody may ask, why does the filter results not always match the unfiltered results? And that was Gary's answer. Basically, Bloom filters are a way to filter. Sometimes the stuff that the outliers get removed from there, and because of that, so forth. So anyway, if you are confused about why Google Search Console filters reporting in a weird way, they use Bloom filters, and Gary described that in more detail. I have a post about that on yesterday on seroundtable.com. Also, Google described why you may see a spike in index URLs in Google Search Console. This was also released in the Google video, the SEO office hours, and he didn't really release, Gary, who announced this, didn't really discuss the main reasons, I think. He basically said, oh, maybe the other main reasons. Google has more hard drive space, so it could index more. Google freed up some other space and not just got more hard drive space, or maybe Google discovered new URLs. And on the technical side, maybe you drastically improve site quality and Google decided to go ahead and index more pages. Maybe this is things I think. Maybe you fixed a technical issue and Google was able to index more pages. Maybe you had a super slow site and Google was able to improve and index more pages. Or maybe you just improved internal linking and Google was able to actually find stuff. So those are some of the reasons why Google may show you a URL spike in the page index URLs reported in Google Search Console. So I thought that was an interesting post. There was an interesting poll on Google, on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, asking SEOs, would you use AI to translate your multilingual sites? This poll was from Peter, who asked, if you translate your site into multiple languages using AI in its current state, would you, if you could? And most people, I believe, said no. 62.3% said no, it's too risky. 37.7% said yes, I would do it. Again, AI is very new still. I would be very careful. I personally would not use AI to translate my content into any language, then let Google search index that. That's me. There is this weird and annoying, ongoing for years and years, Google local hack where people who are really upset with your customer could leave a negative review. Maybe they left a negative review 5 years ago and they're still upset with you. They could actually constantly update that post with just a couple words, and that post and that review will continue to be at the top of your Google local listing review because it's negative, even though it was posted 5 years ago. It may no longer be true. Maybe you improve things. Maybe it was never true, but that's just a hack that Google has to fix. And Joy Hawkins share a little bit more details about that, and I agree with her. Google should not let that happen. Google Search Console Insights offers tips, and those tips aren't really always related to SEO. They're just general website tips. One tip was create a modern looking and visual appealing content. And somebody asked, is that an SEO tip? And John Mueller said, no, it's just a general tip. Just do that, but it's not going to help you necessarily with your SEO. So keep that in mind. Google Ads now requires election or campaign ads to disclose the use of AI or what they call synthetic means to generate either images, to generate either other types of content like audio or video. And Google said starting mid-November, they're going to go ahead and update their political policy, content policy to require that all verified election advertisers in regions where verification is required must prominently disclose when their ad contains synthetic content that inauthentically depicts real or realistic looking people or events. And you have to go ahead and disclose that. Again, if you're trying to make a picture of Biden doing something weird, you're going to have to disclose that. And that's going to be the rule as of mid-November with Google Ads. Google Ads also clarified the cryptocurrency ad policy for blockchain games using NFTs. You have to go ahead and take a look at that policy. They're now allowing that, which is pretty cool. A big Google Ads update, which is kind of small. One of the biggest pet peeves from PPC agencies and people who manage multiple PPC campaigns in Google Ads says when they get an email from Google Ads saying they have to take certain action, it never says which customer that is. Now, Google added the customer ID, not the customer name, but the customer ID to some of those emails where then now these advertisers could quickly look up which advertiser that's for and go into the right client account. This was spotted by PPC Greg and Menachem Ani. Is now testing in Google News showing the author names under the publication name. Small update, I don't see this myself, but it is one of those updates that EAT people say, oh, this is big. This was spotted by Shalom Goodman. There are a bunch of Google interface changes and experiments that we covered on Monday. I went through a bunch of them. If you want to take a look at them, I posted on September 4th about wider search bars, related products for YouTube video results, Google Explore user interface, 3D AR test, and Google Translate overlay test. So definitely take a look at that. Those are spotted by Kashul, by Sad, by a bunch of other people as well. So thank you so much for your contributions. And finally, Bing Search is testing hiding the actual URL in the Bing search results. Google has tested this many times as well, and now Bing is actually testing this as well. So this is a pretty cool test where Bing is actually testing hiding the actual URL in the search results. Here from Frank Santman and Shaheem as well. Thank you. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Thanks to Rank Ranger for sponsoring. Everyone a great, safe, healthy weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Goodbye.